Hi everyone, I thought we'd try something different today, and rather than send a long laborious email, I thought I might just record a quick video instead to try and capture what I wanted to say. As you will have seen in the email briefly, we have decided to cancel the gathering for the members forum tomorrow evening. It was due to happen tomorrow, Wednesday evening, and we've taken a very last minute decision to postpone the content of that, to cancel the gathering, and we'll cover the content we were going to cover tomorrow night in different ways in the coming weeks. Very sorry for the very late notice about that. It's mainly my fault, and I wanted to explain, maybe try and explain a few of the reasons why we've taken that very last minute decision. First of all, it's become increasingly clear, I think, that a number of people weren't able to make tomorrow night, so quite a good number of people were having to miss it for very understandable, very good reasons, but just couldn't be there. And that, secondly, seemed a real shame given one of the main things that we wanted to do tomorrow night, which is to hear about the wonderful stories of how God has been at work in South Africa and America and Israel and beyond, and to also hear a little bit about street pastors and Brett's involvement there and other things. We wanted to share some stories of what God's doing through our church, our mission, and really thank Him for that and pray into some of that. And it seemed a shame, picking up that maybe a lot of people weren't able to make tomorrow night. And further, we also thought on reflection that it might be better for that to happen in a different context. Tomorrow night we were going to be stuck in one of the little rooms upstairs with the fluorescent lights, and we also thought it might be better to move these testimonies and these prayers into a context which is explicitly about that. And we have our evening of worship and prayer booked in for the 11th of September, I think 6 o'clock, but we'll confirm that with you. But we thought better to take these testimony stories, these prayer times, and move them into that context of worship on the 11th of September. So we're not skipping any of that, we're just moving it a little bit. And then outside of those testimonies, the reality is that the main, sorry, that's not an elephant in the house, it's a Hoover. Apologies. Here's me. I think the next thing about tomorrow night is, truthfully, as we think about what's going on at the church just now and the main items of business that we're looking at, truthfully, the main thing is the potential changes to the constitution that we're looking at. There's certainly lots of exciting things happening. It was great on great on Sunday to see, announcement after announcement, or opportunity after opportunity from different people in the church about different things about what God's doing. So God's definitely at work in lots of exciting ways, but the main thing for discussion and consideration of a sort of business nature, if you want to use that terminology, are these constitutional changes. And we did wonder whether that was going to be the right slot to discuss those things on Wednesday evening at the members forum, but we've recently decided that it's perhaps not the best moment for that. So apart from that, there's actually not a whole lot of pressing business just now. I was going to give a general update on a few bits and pieces. Also, we always give a finance update, but Colin Dedis is away and Jane Williams is not able to be at this members forum either. So you were actually going to be stuck with Mike Wendes and me doing the finance update. And for anyone who was there at the February members forum, you're probably glad that it's not the two of us doing it again. So we will do that update at another time. There's certainly other things that we could chat through, but we thought better to maybe leave that evening for rest. I heard someone preach a sermon on rest recently, so there we go. You can take that time if you want. So the members are going to receive another email later today. There won't be a video on that one, you may be glad to hear, with information about these draft potential constitutional changes. It will have the up-to-date, now complete draft version, and we'll explain in that email how we will look at that going forward. And when we meet as a church to discuss those, we will provide those other updates, finance and general stuff as well at that time. So sincere apologies again for the late notice. It's not helpful. I'm going to text round as many people as I have mobile numbers for, and just flag that that's not happening tomorrow night now, so that hopefully no one will miss that announcement. Two other things just briefly to share. First of all, just for your encouragement, I was able to attend the meeting of the welcome team on Sunday afternoon, and it was just such an encouraging time, such a lovely spirit in the room, and just wanted to share 3 highlights from that time. One was, it was just brilliant to see people think through very practical matters, but with such a godly and very spiritual outlook. Really desiring to welcome one another as Christ has welcomed us, but doing that with a heart for excellence and to think through what does that look like practically. So that was just so thrilling. The other thing was just a little testimony that Andrew and Angie Mean shared, that I think it was 27 years ago that they came to IBC, as it was, International Baptist. Before it was Hillview, it was IBC, and they came to IBC, and guess who welcomed them that day when they first arrived at the church? But Bill Ray. And they said it was in large part, or in whole part, massively significantly anyway, was the welcome that Bill gave them, which led them to stay at IBC as their church. And that just thrilled me to bits, and may that continue, that sort of welcome. And it's just brilliant that Bill is still here, still welcoming people in his own unique way. And then the other highlight just from Sunday was Phil Rankin. If you ever need a car park coordinator who is a stand-up comedian on the side, Phil's your man. So that was just brilliant. It was such a fun time on Sunday afternoon, full of laughs and genuine heart for God to reach out to those who walk through the doors on a Sunday, not always happy, not always having had a good week. And I'm just grateful for that event, and just a little testimony of an exciting way that God is at work in our church. And then finally, speaking of God being at work in our church, I just wanted to, on a personal level, just express my real thanks to the church for the wonderful prayer and love and care that are being shown at this time. Sunday was really overwhelming, and I didn't plan on sharing that. In fact, I intended to not say anything as I walked up on Sunday morning, but everyone's been so kind, and I'm really grateful for that. Don't take it for granted, and thank you very much for the prayers and the love and the care. And just as well to say, Mum's feeding tube was changed at 3 o'clock today, and it went really well. So she was she said it was better than both times it had been done previously. So she was really thrilled. So give thanks to God for that, and thank you all for your prayers. Okay, as is my way, this has been longer than I had hoped, but hey, thanks, and sorry about tomorrow night as well, but we'll get back to you about the details for that. Thanks, bye.